Hi, everyone, and welcome to Man-O-Rama. Tonight, we're going to talk about men's struggles. Right before the show, I'll tell you the funny story about that one of what I'm struggling with. Uh, Tonight, we're going to talk about men's struggles in life and what that's like. Men struggle with a lot of shit. And guess what? People don't understand it. Well, guys don't, men do, women don't. It's one of those things. Let's get into it, everyone. Hi, everyone. I'm your host, Rancorsteve, and tonight it's the best type of show for this because my headphones decided not to work, and my Bluetooth doesn't want to work, so I have to hear everyone on a stupid little TV. But you know what? Let's bring everyone in. Dark Helmet, how's your week been?
Yeah, been good, except my cat had a heart attack yesterday morning. But
Huh?
other than that, great. But I got a new buddy today, and he bonded with me, so I'm good.
Oh. And Rick, how's your week been?
So far so good. It's only Tuesday, so we'll see.
That's good. That's good.
Last week went well. We've got 3 new shows spinning up over the next few weeks. The first one's supposed to launch on Wednesday, so I've been busy.
Ooh. So fancy. And Vincent, how's your week been?
Oh, moderately neato. Today is my 58th birthday, and I demand that you call me by the name I entered. I am not Vincent. I am the Love-Matic Grandpa.
So faggot.
Roger that.
Could be worse. I could be you with busted headphones and technical issues, and
Hey,
that's the shit you're struggling with. Tell us your struggles, Steve. Cry on my shoulders, Steve.
So this show is perfect for this because I just
Weep for me, Steve.
See, the headphones worked perfectly fine earlier today, and then for some reason we ain't gonna work today during your podcast because we don't care about your podcast. Well, guess what? That's what I was struggling with, and
what it was?
It was shucky.
Well,
So it's like you and Viagra.
See,
Yeah,
God never closes a door without keeping the window closed and keeping you locked in the fucking room.
That reminds me. It's like when someone farts in the car and they're driving and they lock the windows and you can't, or lock the doors, you can't get out and roll down the window because everyone else has to suffer through the farts. And here's the other thing:
absolutely,
we can't smell our own farts because we know our brand so well.
We love our scent.
Yeah,
exactly.
Nice. So 2 things. One, Vincent, you are not 58. You are 18 with 40 years experience, sir.
Wait, so is today your actual birthday, or are you just like?
No, today is my actual birthday.
I know it is birthday.
Yeah. Well, happy birthday!
Thank you.
Do you know what?
Happy birthday.
You know what I should actually say? No one cares.
Yeah, I know.
And, hey, Steve. And the other thing is, you know why your headphones quit working? The Chinese just flipped the switch that fried the bitches. That's right.
Oh, they got you, Steve.
Damn it! They found me.
Oh, and thank you, Sherry, for the birthday wishes in chat.
They found me. See, here's the other thing. Do you any of you guys like plan your birthday? Like you go all out?
No, not at all. I mean, today it was just the same, same as any other day, except I got myself a couple extra bottles of wine. I hate birthday cake, so I bought myself like a fruit tart. You know, those custard tarts with the fruit on top, and I got myself one of those, and that's it.
A fruit tart. What was his name?
Never you mind, big boy. But yeah, just a normal day with a few extra added bells and whistles. That's it.
I don't really celebrate my birthday much. I mean, I'll do something, but I just don't really go for it.
After 21, what's the point, in my opinion?
Yeah, like like after 21, like I'll say maybe 23. After that, no one cares. Like, we'll go do something.
Well, no, they care if you're like super old. Like, if you make it past 70, then everybody's interested in your birthdays.
I mean, you're getting there.
Yeah.
You got like what, another 11, 12 years?
58. Yeah, I got 12 years to 70.
There you go. When you're 70, we'll make a big deal of it, and then you're gonna get so fucking annoyed by it. And you'll be like, "Shut up, guys!" I'm like, "No.
Get off my
This is your
lawn!
This is your birthday."
Get off my podcast!
Get off my podcast, you little bastards!
Oh. No, I mean,
Oh, you old fart.
I mean, the last birthday that I even let anybody make a big deal about, and I protested the entire time, was my 50th. My parents put this big thing together and had like all the family around. And I was
Did
like,
they have those gay balloons that say it's nifty to be 50?
yes, they did.
Yeah, I had those too.
I am so sorry. No.
Guess what?
That
For your
shit-
50th? No, 60th. I'll be like, God damn it, I can't use that. Hi, my name's Steve, and I'm fucking retarded.
You want to hear something awful?
No. Yes.
Well, when me and my wife when we were still married and we were having marital problems, when she turned 40, I had balloons made, and on the cake it said, "You're 40 and you're old, and I don't like you anymore."
Oh, good
that's
lord.
a little.
That's a
All right.
that's a bold move. That's a
Yeah,
very
that's
bold move.
like.
No, trust me.
That's
That's when
look,
I
I
knew.
don't
No,
know
that's
how
when I
to
knew
like
it was
before.
over. That's when I knew it was over.
Oh,
That was before the divorce, so I know.
that's a rough one, dude. You're like, hey, you know what?
I was
I didn't
vindictive.
want-
I was wrong for it. I'll admit it. But I
Okay.
was very vindictive for it. I was really angry because I was trying to save it, and she didn't care. And it came out. It shouldn't have. I was wrong. I admit that.
No. You don't apologize.
But I'm man enough to admit
if it was in
wrong.
that state that you describe,
Oh,
you
it
know,
was
where
bad.
you were
It was
where you were
awful.
trying to fix it, and she was like, "Nah, fuck off and die," then you're well within your rights to do what you did.
I
Matter of
kind of
fact,
wish
I would have done it.
I kind of wish I would have,
Yeah, exactly.
because I tried to be the better person over the whole thing, and
I tried
kinda
for the whole time
No,
myself. but
the
it
one
didn't
thing
work.
that being the better person teaches you, it teaches you to not be the better person. That's all it
Sometimes, yeah.
teaches you.
I felt bad after it for a while, but I kind of came to that conclusion that you said. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I wasn't wrong, because I even talked to other women. I explained the whole thing. You know, don't get me wrong. I made my mistakes in the marriage. I explained everything, and other women were like, "Hey, you weren't wrong." They're like, "That wasn't right."
I'm in hopes to try to get my Bluetooth headphones hooked up because you know what? I'm a dingleberry, and nothing wants to work. Anyways,
It's the
Well,
new
While
update.
I'm trying to figure out my sound issues, we're gonna get into. Let me pull this up. One of my favorites. My favorites.
Twitter.
I'm glad someone else brought it up because that would have been awkward. So here we go, guys. This one's gonna be. This is not. I want to apologize to people in advance. This is not the best. Don't be that guy segment. There's gonna be one image that might piss off a lot of men, but here's the thing: I don't care. So fuck off.
A point of order. I'm pretty sure 3 weeks ago, the last time I was on the show, we decided we were renaming it to "Don't Be That Gay."
Don't be that gay. I think you were right, actually. Yeah, don't be that gay. Don't be that gay. We'll just put biker dad's head on.
Assless chaps for everybody.
I know, right? All right. So here's one thing that I saw, and it says, if I was Vance's mom, I would also choose the Oxycontin over him. Guys, what's the problem with this?
That's somebody that's pro-abortion. Just being honest. First thought.
I mean, I don't even know where to start with this. First
I
of
know.
all,
It's-
is that a Palestinian flag in their bio?
Yes.
It's always a
That person
Palestinian
looks
flag.
300
And
pounds.
he's
in the
wearing,
picture.
it looks like he's wearing a Palestinian, like, tank top. He looks like one of those, like, douchebag bro guys who be like, do you even lift, bro? I'm like, yeah, I lift your mom.
Dude, he's one of those fuckers that you see him from the waist up and he looks like Hulk Hogan. And you see him from the waist down, he looks like fucking Bugs Bunny.
Because
Looks
he
like
gets
you completely avoided leg day.
Yeah. Well,
But
my
yeah,
issue is you don't say stuff like this.
No.
Like whether you like the guy or not. I don't even know where I saw it. It was because Vance brought his mom to like some Vice President Vance brought his mom to like some dinner or something like that, and so people were like bagging on him on Vance. Like this is really stupid. Like really, you're gonna. I don't know. Like, I think Vance is kind of over all that trauma that he dealt with growing up with his mom being a drug addict and all that stuff. But like, just don't be a fucking douchebag. You.
He Roy. He
Or else
made
I'll
a.
have. Or else I will have. This is an idea. We can have Gay Biker Dad send these people little voice messages. Because
Nice.
if you have gotten a voice message from Gay Biker Dad, it is not only one of the most offensive things. He sent me a voice message, and it was highly offensive. But
he
it's
does that to me all the
hilarious.
time. They're amazing.
Oh, they're
And
great. I love them. I
he's
cracked
amazing.
up.
He is the most filthy-minded individual it is my pleasure to meet, and he's very eloquent. He's very well spoken. He has a wonderful
But he
singing
says it
voice.
so polite.
Yeah, exactly. It's like he sends you this god-awful, nasty shit that you wouldn't even think of on your worst day, and he sends it in such a pleasant tone, and sometimes he sings. And that's like, wow,
Yeah.
this is awesome. Kinda.
When you're getting your
Then-
starfish pounded by Sinatra.
Yeah. So guys, don't do this. Don't just because you sound pissed off. I mean, 30,000.5 views and damn. All right.
That looks
80
like a roid rage post. Look at the side of the
is.
arms. It's a roid
Because
rage post.
Because Gay Biker Dad wouldn't respond back to him. That's why he was
No,
pissed.
see, homie Dino has something to prove. That's all it is.
Yeah.
He needs validation.
Oh yeah.
Tony from LC Signs needs to roast him.
So here's this one, guys. What's the
Oh.
problem with this one?
Ugh.
God, she aged like milk.
Like baked milk.
Now, here's one question I have for you. Even though we're going to be on Spotify, it's Don't Be That Guy. It's kind of a little rough because there's no images to see on Spotify. But on the left, does Lena Dunham look somewhat attractive on the left or on the right?
Left.
Yeah, on the left, definitely.
Okay.
I mean, it depends.
On
Are we
the-
talking about your left or my left? Because I don't want to accidentally say the wrong one. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah,
You're-
No, you're gonna say the wrong one anyway.
yeah.
It's
Which
the,
eye are you looking at?
She has went. Hey, I'll tell you what. Hold on.
I know
Okay.
what that works. Just because you
Do
don't.
this. You got to do this. Close
I
one
know.
eye and figure out which one.
Hey, I know which eye works, even if you don't, fucker.
all right,
I don't
all right.
know.
Y'all leave Blinky alone, okay? But
You know what's funny is the day I meet you, Rick, in person, I'm gonna try to hold back this, but it's gonna be really hard because it's something I'll be thinking about. It's which shoulder to go on because I don't know which eye works for you.
Oh, that's all right. It'll confuse you even more when we're standing in front of each other
Oh, yeah.
talking.
Steve will
Switching.
be like,
No.
"Who are you talking to?"
dude,
No,
I knew somebody like who had that affliction. He had a bong eye when I was in the military. Had 20/20 vision. It's just his eye, the muscles in his left eye were really weak.
That's
And
pretty much what that is.
well,
and
mine varies.
one-
though. That's
he
the
would-
part that confuses
he would
everybody.
look at you. It's like one eye just stared dead at you. The other eye was looking at the fucking moon. And it was like, it was
Yes.
awesome.
Speaking of something I used to struggle with, that's actually that because it
Hmm.
got worse as I got older. It wasn't a big deal when I was a kid, and they were supposed to do a surgery for it, but by then I'd already had 2 surgeries and I died both times while I was under. So I was like, yeah, I'm not doing any more surgeries. And my mom got mad at me for it. And then I had my 3rd surgery when I was in a wheelchair for 6 months and nearly died on that one. So I was just like, you know what? I don't care. If I lose the eye, I can wear a fucking patch. But the funny
Well,
thing is
No, that would be cool. That would be cool.
Yeah.
When we meet, I'm
I'm not
bringing
gonna
you out
lie,
there.
that would be
You gotta
pretty
fucking
cool.
wear it.
and as bad as it was,
It's going to be like the cool one, like in that.
well, so as bad as that was, though, it got even worse because when I was running my security company, we used to run security for a lot of clubs. Well, I got a patrol call out to one of the Mexican clubs that we were in because there was a fight going. There was a fight that everybody was afraid was going to break out. It started in the parking lot and then spilled into the club. So by the time I got there, I'm just wading through people, throwing them off one another. Next thing I know, I'm waking up in the atrium and tasting pepper spray, and I'm like, "Who the fuck pepper sprayed me?" They're like, "You don't understand. Somebody picked up one of the fire extinguishers, and just threw it across the dance floor and hit you in the back of the head." I got up and worked the rest of my shift, and everybody's like, "Should you go to the doctor?" I'm like, "Fuck it." And I go home. Then I go home and look in the mirror, and the eyes like drifting even further. And I was like,
No,
maybe I
seriously,
should go to the doctor.
if we do that meetup, what movie was it? It was one of the Canon Ninja movies from the mid '80s with Sho Kosugi, and he had an eye patch, except it was a throwing star or something like that. So yeah, I'm gonna make one of those and give it to you, and you better fucking wear
This
it.
is what you would do if I had, because I would, if I had one lazy eye, I would at least have fun with it. Like wake up, like if you're taking a nap and someone wakes you up and you go, oh, and it's like one eye, and you just like try to look at them with the one eye, just start freaking them out. Like at least you can have fun with it. Like I do. Well, I shouldn't say I'm sorry for making jokes about your one lazy eye because I'm not. I don't
First of all,
apologize.
don't apologize, you pussy. Stop it.
I'm not, you faggot.
But no, funny story about that because I didn't even know this. So I'm sitting there in my
You didn't know
cubicle.
you had one lazy eye? Hey, Rick, guess what? You have one
That's
eye
just
that
it.
doesn't work.
That's just it. They both do it, and I didn't know that. So I'm sitting there and I'm talking to the HR lady. She comes by and she's just bullshitting because it was one of the days that our phones were down. So we're just sitting there bullshitting for a minute. And all of a sudden she just jumps back and stares at me. And I'm like, "What's the matter?" And she's like, "The eye just changed. The one was looking at me. Now the other one is." I'm like, "Really? Cool. I didn't know I could do that." So yeah.
You're like
But
that-
anyways,
like that
so
lizard.
enough about one-eyed Rick.
One-eyed Rick.
Yeah. Here's the thing, Lena, whatever I don't care what you say. You're a fat feminist. I can say that now because she is fat.
Okay, see, the thing is, the one on the left looks like a woman you meet at the bar at around
Yes.
8:30 in the evening. The one on the right looks like the same woman at closing time.
She looks like a few drinks after tequila.
Yeah.
No, the one on the left is what you meet at the, like what Vincent said, is what you meet at the bar and stuff. The one on the right is what you do what you see when you wake up.
Yeah, this is the before and after of beer goggles. That's what this is.
Yeah. And guess what? We're not wearing beer goggles. Like we're all sober. This is it. Like, holy.
Well, I mean, for me, it would be beer monocle.
Speak for yourself. Oh, nice one. Holy shit, Steve's speechless.
That's hilarious. Oh, I'm gonna get you one.
He's turning purple.
Oh my god. You know, someone's gonna be like, you guys are so mean to each other. No, this is it. Like I heard that if guys make fun of each other in a good way, like what we're doing, our friendship and relationship grows even more, better than what women understand. Like we literally can shit talk everyone to each other.
When I worked at Convergys, one of the guys that eventually became one of my best friends used to call me Shrek when I walked by. When I got promoted, when he walked by, when I got promoted to lead, could actually not be at my desk. I followed him around one day, yelling, "Donkey, where are you going, Donkey? Come here, Donkey!" And everybody started freaking out. That was the first time we got called to HR together. First of many.
Nice.
When you and the other person get called to HR together, you know you're doing it right.
Yeah. Dude. All right, we're gonna go to the next one. Let me zoom out on this one. This is so stupid. All right. So this lady goes, I see a young man who knows he's made the biggest mistake of his life. Well, no
Do you have any sad music you can cue up while you read this?
No, I don't. Wait, hold on. No, hold on. Hold on. I'm going to find some. What type of sad music should I find?
Something by Adele.
No, I can't because I'm going to get copyrighted. I don't want to do that. Dang it.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Well,
it was an idea.
My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion.
Yeah. So Mistake of his life, and his life is over. I see regret and fear. I see emptiness. A young man sold a lie about what real manhood is. Fuck you. This is a picture of him realizing that was nothing but a lie. It's too late to fix it. Guys, what is...
Murder's not a mistake. That's a choice.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. The two guys may have caused the issue. I'm not saying they're out of it. I don't know. I know one of them's not alive. But this whole let's build a GoFundMe about if he was a white dude, would you see? Here's the thing. This is how racist liberals are. Here you go, you liberal fucks. See, it's 21 minutes in. I can say fuck, faggot, cunt, twat, whatever. I don't care. We're off YouTube.
YouTube dumb button.
Is if it was a white guy, every liberal would not give a two shits about it.
Dude, they did the same thing with Daniel Penny.
They'd be burning the cities to the ground.
You liberals seriously are the most racist people ever. And how do I know that? You guys created the KKKs. So there's that. I don't know. It's stupid. To make this heartfelt, virtue signaling about this guy who looks sad. Yeah, he should be sad. He stabbed a dude. It doesn't matter what skin color the guy that you killed. It doesn't matter. You did something stupid.
It'd be one thing if he threw some punches because of it and accidentally killed him by mistake. I can understand that.
That would be a little bit different.
Different, yeah. But he came there with a knife. He knew there might have been a possibility something was going to happen. He told him, touch me and see what happens. He was ready for something.
Found out.
Yeah. He made his choice. I don't feel sorry for him.
We're going to get to the last one. This one's funny because I know a lot of people are going to hate me on this one. And guess what? I don't care. I have my reasons. All right. So this is J-Lo. Let's zoom it out a little bit. I don't like to show just because we're a family, wholesome Christian podcast. I can't say that with a straight face. I literally cannot. I've been asked this, are you guys family wholesome?
No, I think the only thing we have to do with religion is the priests who are going to come and do an exorcism on this show. That's what it is.
Well, Ordy's not here, so we're good.
None of them will show up. We're too old.
Or my pastor, he'll beat us all up.
So, they raised $80,000 for that guy. They killed the GoFundMe. It's gone.
Yeah, it's gone. They
Good.
So,
good.
Yeah, there are no active fundraisers for him. He's on his own.
Guys, what's the problem with this image?
She's a hoe?
Okay.
I mean, she's a little past the age of thirst trap photos.
She's past her prime. It just is what it is.
She's a communal fleshlight?
Shake weight to the stars.
You might need like a cable to hold on to yourself if you get sucked in there. But here's the problem. Women, this is to you, not to the guys, unless you're a gay biker dad and you're trying to show hoe. But women, there's a certain age where this should stop. She's past it by 30 years. I know you're right there, Wardy. We know. In spirit. Don't worry. An exorcism is going to happen. But she is not even mid. J-Lo, Jennifer Lopez. I'm like, Lawrence. And I'm like, it's not Lawrence. Lopez. Here's the thing. If women are trying, because she did this right after the divorce of Ben Affleck again. How many times has she been married to this guy? 2-3 times. But
we can't steal your line. You're not here.
Yeah, you're not here, Ordy. Too bad. Tough luck, Buttercup. But when women do this, it's not attractive. Pushing out your Botoxed ass, your fake ass, it is. Trust me. I know what a Latino ass is. Latino, whatever. The women of Mexico. It doesn't matter. I could be 70 years old and I'm still gonna get the two mixed up, and I do not care.
Well,
But here's the thing.
Just remember, a Latino ass and a Latina ass are two different things.
I know.
Just saying.
I just, it's Latino just sounds better, and it's like it rolls off my tongue better. And Lovely Sherry said she's 55. Here's the thing. She looks good for 55. But when you're doing a pose like this, putting your hands on your hips, doing all these things, trying to look sexy, look, there's a different level, to me personally, what a woman at that age can do to feel sexy that a younger woman can't do. It's different. That's what I feel, is there's different levels that a woman can do. She's trying to be like, ooh, look at me. It's like, woman, you're not fucking 35 years old anymore. And a woman in her prime is 30. Like,
At max,
I did not hear that. She's well past 30. But there is a certain prime for women, and it's around 30. Once you're past 30, it's because the reason why I say that is because the older women get, it's harder for women to get pregnant. Women can get pregnant in their 40s and up, but it's rare. That's when guys say, like, she's past her prime, is because she can't birth. She can't do that anymore.
You hit a certain point in your mid-30s, it becomes higher and higher of risk for pregnancy.
I'm going to get so much hate for this.
Like,
I'm going to get so much hate from women for this. Like, fuck you. Well, and then Lovely Cherry goes, she's looking for her next victim. Hey, you know what? Jay Leno, Jesus.
Jay Leno. Man, you're all over the place tonight.
Oh, the struggles, man. The struggles of doing a podcast. Jennifer Lopez. You know what her and Taylor Swift have in common?
Taylor Swift has more money.
White flaps.
No, J-Lo goes for how many rings she can get, and Taylor Swift has how many songs I can write about my ex. See? They're probably on the same matching level on that.
I look at it like this. The older you get, you need to have a certain level of modesty. You can be sexy with a level of modesty, and it can still be sexy. It can still be attractive. You know, that when you hit a certain age, look. If you look at her hips, there's some bulging in spots.
It's like, dude, we were talking about this last week about about specific kinds of women and what they do when they get older. Dude, J-Lo standing right there with her ass, cocked in one direction, trying to look sexy and shit. Dude, I would. Please, Helen Mirren, I would nail her 6 ways from Sunday before I'd touch J-Lo.
If J-Lo would have been in like a sundress, like a really nice sundress, some nice heels, that would have been really sexy, I think. My opinion.
All right, I'm going to pull this up again. I actually have a challenge for you guys. I'm going to see if you guys can get this. So is that a hombre or senorita?
I mean, unless it's not really J-Lo.
Is it a woman or a dude?
Where's Canadian Spider-Man when you need him?
I know he's not here, but this is perfect.
He'd poke it either way.
Is it a hombre or senorita? Which one? I know the answer, actually.
Well, if we're talking about Jennifer Lopez, then
as
far as I know, she's a chick, so I don't really know what.
Do you think she's a chick?
I hope she's a chick, or Ben Affleck's pretty fucking weird.
Dark helmet.
Hombre.
Okay. Vincent.
Okay, let me zoom in on this. Examine the cheekbones. Search for a possible Adam's apple.
I think you shave those things off now, bro.
Yeah, I know, but you can still tell.
Either way it goes, he's still going to get excited.
Yeah.
Giggity. Fuck it, we'll go hombre. I don't care if I'm wrong. I know in my heart I'm right.
That's a dude. The only reason why I know this is because she did a video. I say she because I've grown up knowing it's a chick, but she did a video of her dancing for her next tour or whatever. She did the one thing. What is one thing that guys do that women cannot do?
No idea.
Pinch and roll.
Piss standing up?
No, women can do that.
Oh, they got cups now. You're right.
Yeah. No, she did a pinch and roll.
Oh. I wouldn't have
Every
thought of
guy
that.
knows what that means. Vincent be like, I'm gonna Google this.
No, I know.
It's okay to Google it. That's fine. If you don't know, you
Well,
don't know.
My problem with this is, unless we've stopped talking about Jennifer Lopez, last time I checked, dudes can't have kids.
How do you know that's not a fake belly?
Dude, why are you messing with people's heads?
Dude, I worked in Hollywood. I know what prosthetics do. Like, yeah. Find me a picture of J-Lo giving birth, and then I will believe that she is a chick.
The
Other
key
than
word
that,
is
when I saw her literally pinch and roll down there, I was like, that no woman knows how to do that. That's a dude move.
hey, I can tell you how. Now here's how we know that she was probably a man or still is. J. Keyword J.
See? We all know Ben Affleck's gay. So is
And
Ryan
that's
Reynolds.
okay if he is. He is. What he does in the privacy of his bedroom is his business.
So is Hugh Jackman. So is Tom Cruise. Hey,
I still love Wolverine. I don't care.
it's Hollywood, baby. Everyone's gay once. Vincent, you're pretty quiet. Did I just crush your dreams?
No, not at all.
Good answer. You know, someone in the chat's gonna like dissect this and be like, you know what? You're wrong. You're fucking wrong. No.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm waiting for the blowback from this, from the libel suits and all that shit.
I know, right?
It's an opinion.
See, there you go. We're an opinion. We don't state facts.
Yeah, it's an opinion.
What are we? A doctor?
We tallywhacker experts?
Yes.
Yeah, we are actually.
I have owned a peen for 58 years. I'd like to believe I'm an expert on the subject.
We're gonna get into the first question. Man, we're all going to hell.
I'll pray for us later.
All right. Oh man. So here's a question I have for you guys. What have you struggled with in life? We'll go with Vincent, since you seem like you have no issues at all.
Oh no, I have more issues than Time Magazine, my friend. But
Nice.
I internalize everything, and I never let it show. But I am willing to air out one in public. For the longest time, I had really, really, really bad self-esteem issues.
All right.
And, mostly because, my first marriage, I married young and I married the wrong person. And it was, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, you're worthless, blah, 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 blah. Everybody knows because, everybody's been through it at one point in their life.
Mm-hmm.
But, and second marriage was a bit better. Third marriage, not really so much. So now I'm single and intend to remain so for the rest of my life. But other than that, yeah. How are you?
I'm good. I'm looking for any hate comments. That's mean. J-Lo's a chick. Are you sure? Rick, what is something I know you talked about it? Your eye. I'm trying to figure out which eye to look at. I love you, man. You're awesome.
It's not nice to make fun of special people. What's the matter with
Don't
you?
do that.
You leave my friend Blinky alone.
So I talked to a few guys, and they say, "Yeah, our podcast is offensive," and they're all trying to see who's offensive, and they turn to me like, "You probably don't say anything offensive." It's like, buddy,
But you're the fucking ringleader.
I send them an episode, and they're like, "How are you still around doing this?" I was like, "Because we don't care." And they're like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah." But is there anything that you've struggled with besides your missing eye?
It's not missing. It's just broken. Stop it. No, I mean, it's too long of a list to just put into one show. That's the number of things that
See,
I
Ordy, you could have come on the show and you could have said that, and that would have been impactful. and
He
insightful.
just says that because he has a fine whatever. Fuck it, whatever, dude.
He's running on the metric system.
No, that's Vincent. Vincent's the one that likes the metric system around here. But no, I mean, honestly, it's too long of a list for just one show of all the different things that I've struggled with.
Is it a kilometer long?
No, it's longer. Asshole. But no. Seriously, I mean, Vincent already took one of my answers, self-esteem. I had a huge self-esteem problem when I was a kid, and it started when we started moving around. I lived in the same house from like age 3 until we moved away in 5th grade. So I had all the same friends. I was always hanging around the same people. Then my parents got divorced in 4th grade, and I just kind of took a dose of fuck it all and stopped turning in my work. And even though I technically passed, my mom said it wasn't good enough, so she held me back. So all my friends went a grade ahead of me, so I started making new friends, and then we left a year and a half later. And then I started moving all over the world or all over the country and started being made fun of because before I learned to get rid of it, I used to talk a lot like this. And everybody thought it was hilarious when I moved to Seattle. So the kid who was always, first one to raise his hand to read and all those things became the guy that just slowly started moving further and further into the back of the room. It's because I got tired of being picked on all the time. And I didn't really get comfortable about all of that until probably after high school. I just finally decided, you know what? I don't give a shit what anybody thinks anymore. I'm just going to be me. And if they don't like it, they can fuck off.
I like that. Dark Helmet.
I'm gonna kind of go with him. I actually am in line with him with the self-esteem thing because I was bullied a lot when I was a kid. I grew quick, and I was tall. I was a tall, lanky kid, so I was an easy target for bullies. And most of it was just mental, verbal, but I had a few physical. I tried to fight back, and I lost most of them except one time when I threw a kid bully down on a table. I actually lifted him up and threw him down on a classroom desk. Never messed with me again after that. He actually tried to stick up for me after that. That was always the thing that kind of carried in my life because I had things that happened earlier in my life that kind of contributed to it. But as I got older, one thing I will say with the bullying and the verbal bullying is I do better. Like if somebody insults me now, it does not bother me. I'm like, okay, whatever. I can shake it off. That's one thing I will say with the bullying is when it came to verbal, like people, you know how people are. They try to insult you, throw like verbal stuff at you. I let it go now. That's one thing I will say it did good for me is I can let that stuff go now. But that was something I really struggled with. Even today, it still causes confidence issues for me, even today. And I know it shouldn't as a man, but it still does. And I'm still learning how to deal with it now. I should have done it a long time ago, but it is what it is now. I can't change the past.
Yeah. For me, it was like I was always picked on growing up, and I would say self-esteem, but that is actually I still kind of struggle with what
Point of order. I think you mean getting older because you've never technically grown up.
And not being over 4'2".
At least I can use both my eyes.
At least I don't get satellite reception with my ears.
Hey, at least you can look at both screens at once.
I got nothing else. I can't. I'll give you that one. No, it's I think for me it's how I pronounce things and how I talk. I've always had a struggle. Like you've all surprised I can't do a full sentence without sounding like my name is Steve, like a fucking retard. But
that's offensive to us retards.
Which one? But no, it's my whole like when I don't read out loud to people sometimes because I just can't. I don't know how to read properly. I'm not saying I'm dumb, but it's just I can't. I've always struggled with that, and I always pluralize things when I can't, and I get Latino and Latinas wrong.
That reminds me. That reminds me a lot of my my older sister. She had problems in school with what you are having issues with reading and everything like that, and she used to ask me to help her with her homework and everything, and my mother was like, "You better help her," and my father was like, "He doesn't need to help her." And my sister one time, she said, he has to help me. I have a learning disability. I said, yeah, you're fucking stupid. And my father started laughing his ass off, and my mother came at me with the wooden spoon. And I don't care. I got my ass beat, but it was worth it. It was so worth it.
So yeah, like I struggle with that a lot. Like talking to people. That's why I don't really talk to new people. Like if like my wife and I go to an event, I pray every time before we go in the building or whatever we're going to that I do not talk to a single new person, because then they're just gonna be like, "Wow, you do a podcast, you do this," and then they hear me talking like, "Wow, like do you do things for the special needs? Are you the one who's the special needs?"
Just if anybody ever says anything like that to you, don't worry. Everything that sounds weird, we take out in post.
The what? Oh, take it out in post?
Yeah, just tell them everything that sounds weird, we just take it out in post. So it's fine. I'm still a podcaster. What do you do?
Yeah, what do you do? If we took everything out in post that needs to be out, I would not be on the show.
Yeah, the show.
Oh, you're a financial expert, homo.
That kind of went without saying, but I wasn't going to say it. That's why I go.
Oh, I'll say it. Trust me. Fine with it.
Oh man, but it's like I've also grown up struggling with being bullied and everything, and I've learned to use that to my advantage. Of like if someone wanted to fight me now, I'd be like, "Hey, look, why do you want to fight a child?" They'll just look at me very confused. See, now you're all blown up. I don't know which fucking eye to look at.
Concentrate.
Seriously. I mean, just for a second, like all the stuff that we're talking about is all things that have to do with us not being comfortable in our own skin. Right. And that is a huge thing. You have to learn how to be able to do that. Because then when somebody's giving you shit, like I get all the time because of my eye, and you get for your stutter and whatever, you just learn to roll off with it. Because honestly, I mean, most of the time people don't even notice half the things that I'm completely self-conscious about, unless I'm the one that points them out first. Like you were talking about your speech issues and your stutter and this, that, and the other not too long ago in a DM, and I'm like, dude, I've never even noticed. And you're like, you've never noticed?
Vincent's like, I notice it all the time. I was like, you fucker.
No.
Well, if you would learn to focus, it wouldn't be a problem.
One thing I did with my nephew had a very bad stutter when he was a child. I taught him that when he started stuttering, when he caught himself, to just stop what he was doing and just say teacup. And when he talked again and started stuttering again, say saucer. So just say teacup and saucer. Right. Every time you start stuttering, it worked. No, I'm being completely 100% straight with you. I'm not trying to be funny.
It resets the way you're going to talk.
Exactly.
I mean, so yes, that process does work. But since you're an adult now, have fun with it and just pretend you have Tourette's. Just when you start stuttering, just randomly blurt out something and just.
So right before the show was starting, I started having spasms, and because I had to update the computer, thinking that was going to work. No, it was my headphones that didn't work. I couldn't hear jack diddly squat. Like I was twitching out like crazy, and I know it's not Tourette's because. Trust me, I would say a bunch of other things.
Not necessarily.
Here's the thing. This is like when people struggle with things, like people who have Tourette's, I think that's I say it now. That would be the coolest thing, because then you get away with saying anything because you have no control over it.
Well, the weirdest
I just want a hall pass to say whatever I want.
Well, see, the weird thing is, I know this from a couple of different people that I've known in my life that have Tourette's. A lot of the people that have Tourette's are some of the most creative people I've ever met. And it's just weird. It's like something in how their brain is wired just makes them uber creative. And I had a friend who was being considered for some new procedure they have to try to get rid of Tourette's. And he's like, no, I'm not going to do it because they said that it's going to change the way my brain works and that I might not be as creative when I come out as I am now. And he said, I'd rather have the speech issue than not be able to create things.
Well, it's like you look at some really intelligent. It's like you look at a lot of intelligent people. A lot of them are on the spectrum for autism or Asperger's.
Yeah,
it's usually closer to Asperger's because that's actually more like that also tends to be less of an emotional spectrum kind of thing. So they're able to look at a lot of things logically when a lot of people get wrapped up in emotion.
Yeah, exactly.
So that makes them good at business and things like that because at the end of the day. They're just really looking at the bottom line. And so it makes them great for certain things and not good for others.
Like
'Cause,
my
yeah,
ex-wife used to volunteer for Autism Speaks, and I'll tell you what, some of them I'd meet some of them young people, even adults with it. They were some of the smartest people I ever met. If you actually sat down and talked to them, very intelligent. They could focus really well on certain things. It was amazing.
Well, it's like here. I'll pull up the next question because the second one we kind of covered that one, or I can just do both questions. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see which I work the best. I'm
I
sorry.
mean,
Well,
don't know,
that's the other thing. Like,
the question is, can you read the questions? That's the question.
no, I write them out. I just don't know how to read. But no, that's the other thing. Like when I got bullied, I started learning how to counteract all the now I'm talking slow so I don't act like a fucking idiot even more. Now I do so some people on Spotify, since you can't see the video, everyone's like, man, Steve is really watch. Everyone's gonna support me and be like, he is special. I'm like, no. But when I got bullied,
it's not that way.
Dude, roll with it.
I'm working on it, man. But as I got older, when I was bullied younger, I learned how to counteract it and just throw it back at their face. So now there are certain people who I have trolled and joked with, and they don't like me because I take the trolling to another level of I'm going to personally nail you to the wall with whatever I'm going to say. There's a point where you can, like, if you're going to troll or like talk trash, is don't make it so personal. So I'm trying to learn that because when people who are bullied, they only know how to be defensive and they just go right for the jugular right away. No, savor it. Like, you can go for the jugular, just wait.
Dude,
Just wait. You don't have to go for it all.
It's a fencing match. Take your
It
time,
is.
wait for your opening, and then go in for the kill.
The more subtle it is, the better it is, in my opinion.
No. Me, I'm just like, give me the nuclear weapon. I will take him out right now. Rick's like, oh, dear God, no.
That's what I loved about being bullied verbally, now as an adult. Even as a kid, I learned how to deal with it, They would always try to use verbal insults on me, and I would just have comebacks, or I'd be like, okay, whatever. And I learned how to move on from it.
Yeah.
Or how to counter it.
Dude, I spent most of my time after school in cut down matches and your mama joke matches with my friends, so it's always been for me. So.
Well, here's the next one. Is what are ways guys can overcome a struggle in life? Vincent.
Get back to me because I'm getting ready to have a cigarette real quick.
We don't have a fag. All right, Rick.
He's gonna go have a puff on a fag. Go figure.
He's like, he's right here.
The famous Rick Robinson wit, or only half of it.
Well, when you're a half-wit, that's the best you can do. That's all I got. So okay. So what are ways guys can overcome struggles in life? Well, the first thing is don't quit, for one. I mean that's basic, but it's pretty simple. As far as ways to overcome things, again, most of the struggles that a lot of guys are going to have are going to be the struggles that go on in their heads. So you've got to find coping mechanisms because, like I said, most of the things that we're talking about tonight that are big, huge things for us and glaring things because we see them in the mirror every day, 90% of the people that we see every day and talk to don't even notice half of them. So that's the first thing you've got to realize is you are always going to be your own worst critic because you see every mistake, you hear every flaw, you see all of it because you're in your head constantly. You don't have any way out of it. So just remember that the way you see yourself is not necessarily the way that other people see you. And that is a very important thing because I have learned, especially after my most recent divorce, that the man I saw in the mirror in the beginning of the phases of my divorce is not the same man that I see today because I was seeing myself differently because of all the baggage she put on me.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing is, one, don't take everything so personally. If you've got friends that are giving you shit, give it back. And if you don't like it, just say, hey, can you quit? Yeah. So I wouldn't recommend doing that because you have some friends that are just going to do it even worse. But if you honestly
are kind of dicks. Like, let's say this. Let's say Canadian Spider-Man tells us, hey, look, can we hone it down on the whole, do I know what a woman and a man is? Like, as us, we're gonna respect that and be like, all right, cool. The joke's kind of overdone itself. Let's move on. But you're all right. You're gonna get one guy, maybe two guys. They're just gonna keep honing it in. You just keep poking and poking and poking. Those are dicks.
Those are the guys. Those are the guys that I go for the jugular on.
Yeah, those are the ones they don't have respect for you, because if I told you guys like, hey, look, can we hone down on making fun of the way I talk and all that stuff? Like, I guarantee you guys would be like, all right, cool. Except Orty, he would just be like, because in his head he's like, I got one more.
I wasn't done yet.
Those are men that are insecure with themselves.
Yeah, Orty, you're insecure. No,
dude, he's gonna own you so hard next week.
I know he's not here, so here's my opportunity. Every time he's on here, I can't do it because it's like he's gonna get me no matter what. Because he'd be like, 10 hearts standing, blah blah blah. And then he's going to take me behind Circle K and start beating the crap out of me. But no,
that's not what he does behind Circle K. So if he takes you back there,
you know what? I didn't. Yeah, that is true.
Those are great hot dogs, I heard.
But like you
Steve
guys
liked
would,
Steve
you
likes
guys would at
Latinas,
least
so it's
understand.
chimichangas.
Like you guys would at least understand. Like, hey, look, let's back off on the jokes. There's gonna be some guys that are like, you know what? I got one more. And then that's when you go, look here, dipshit. And then you take him out.
And
like
that's what you say, motherfucker, you're about 6 seconds away from the worst mistake of your life.
Yeah. And he probably drives a Subaru, which just means he's a lesbian. I don't care if you're a dude or a chick and you drive a Subaru, you're a lesbian.
I mean, I'm a lesbian trapped in a man's body anyway, so maybe I should drive a Subaru.
You already knew that.
We all need Subarus. Yeah, we're set. A Subaru pickup truck, preferably.
Just make sure it doesn't smell like fish.
Oh,
like, oh man, Rosie O'Donnell was in this car.
Smells nasty bastard.
Smells like tinned mackerel and baked milk.
Oh.
Damn it,
dude.
Oh.
You know what? I take back the happy birthday, sir.
Yeah. So, Dark Helmet, how should guys overcome their trouble?
Bordy, you shouldn't have used that word because Steve won't be able to pronounce it.
Oh, damn.
I actually can't even pronounce that word.
Reciprocity.
What the fuck does that even mean?
That means,
he will be getting even.
Yeah, he will be getting even.
He will be returning the favor.
Oh. All right. My personal opinion, just me, somebody's new to Christianity. I'm not pushing nothing off anybody, so please don't take it this way. It's just how I look at it now, from pre-divorce. I think ways that men can overcome a lot of things in their lives, have a nucleus of good Christian men in your life. Even if it's a small group of men, 3, 4, 5 men, or get in a men's group, non-Christian, Christian, whatever works for you. I think if you do that, and I'm finding for me now that, being Christian, I'm developing my own nucleus of Christian male friends. That is very beneficial for me as a man, to build myself as a man, to deal with my problems better, for me, again, in Christianity, and with just other guys that understand what I've been through. And other men I can talk to, and other men that can check me when I am wrong, or when I'm getting out of line, or saying something that's not right. Men that will look at me and go, hey, stop screwing up. You're messing up on this. I find that now so valuable in my life. And I'm finding that it's making improvements in my life. Even if it's not Christian, just find a core group of men that will put you in your place when you need to be put in your place if you're being wrong as a man. If you're not doing something as a man. I've just found it so beneficial for me now in the past year since my divorce. Well, almost a year and a half now, but it's really starting to build me up as a man, making me better, learning where I'm messing up. And I've had guys tell me, hey, you're screwing up here. Here's why you're screwing up. Get it together. And that's really done me well. There's things I've been told I didn't like, but you know what? They were right. And I find it very beneficial. Just me.
I kind of like that answer. I do. even though you screwed up and you're out of line. But no, I'm just kidding.
I am always right.
But no, I think you're onto something. I think if you have core values of guys, whether it's with Christians or non-Christians, like if you have at least 2 or 3 solid dudes that'll check you, because that's way more important. And that's another thing. Like if some guys that aren't used to being checked, that can be a struggle. And it's all it is just us helping you. We're like, hey, look, don't do this. And it's not like we're trying to pick on you or we're not trying to make you feel bad. We're just letting you know, like, hey, look, just hold it back a little bit, breathe, and just recalibrate everything.
Tighten up.
Vincent.
We're trying to help.
Yeah.
We're helping another man.
Well, first, I'd like to say congratulations. If I heard you right, it sounds like you said you're new to Christianity, so congratulations.
Yeah, I got saved and baptized this year.
That is awesome. I know it may not sound like it because I don't talk like one, but I'm actually an ordained minister. So.
Oh, I'm a Christian, but I still cuss time to time. I got to pray later.
Yeah, there's a reason I don't have a church because you have
to hold up 2 Bibles and be like, all right, guys, I'm going to read this this.
No, I just have multiple teleprompters so I can see one with each eye.
That's why he's got the 2 monitors set up.
Mm-hmm.
Being Christian does not mean you're perfect.
Yeah. Vincent, how can guys learn to overcome their struggles?
There really isn't anything I can add to what Rick and Dark Helmet have said.
I know he's kind of stole our answer.
No. Well, I don't want to say they stole my answer, but they pretty much encompassed everything you need to do. I mean, if you feel that you need religion to get it done, whether it's Christianity, Islam, what have you, then yeah, by all means, go ahead and do it if you feel that's the way for you to do it. Other times, like Dark Helmet said, a core group of people, 2 or 3 guys who you can go and talk to and who are open to talking with you about any subject, anything that you want to talk about. And like you said, it not only that, but having these people keep you in check.
Yeah.
From like when you're starting to stray from the path and, somebody just puts their hand on your shoulder and like, tighten up, Slappy, because you're about to fuck up,
Yeah.
Listen, Blinky. Listen, Blinky. What are you doing?
Listen, Blinky,
you're about to go on the wrong tour.
No, real.
That's the right one.
Blinky, you don't cut the shit out of him. Break my foot off in your ass.
A real male friend, if he's really, truly your friend, he will put his hand on your shoulder, even if it's just simple as that, and go, hey,
and caress
we
you.
need to have a talk. You're not doing right.
No, there will be no caressing. You've been spending way too much time with Gay Biker Dad.
Because he sends me random messages in the text, and he's all like, "What's up, my perfect faggot?" And I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like, it'll be like 8 in the morning when I wake up, and I'm like, "Oh, he texted me," and I was like, "No, it's a voice message." And I was like,
he has so mmany memes for show hole. I have never seen. Dude makes literally hundreds.
Because what he does is this is what he does. He'll post something on X, and these were all the questions I had. Because the second one actually it was like the same one as the first one. But he will post something and tag me. He won't tag you guys. He'll tag me. Well, he might tag Dark Helmet now. But he'll tag me, and I'll get like 1,000 notifications. I was like, wow, what did I say wrong this time? And then I look it up. It's all about show hole. And it's random images of big holes. And I'm like, what the heck?
He's sending you a message of what's going to happen if you don't keep your ass in line.
But, yeah. Those are all the questions I have. Now we can just talk shit to each other.
So my question is his gaydar pinging? Is that why he texts you every day?
His straight dar,
probably.
actually.
I don't know. It's weird. But
he's trying to convert him. That's what it is.
Yeah.
He wants to see how big your Rancor really is. He wants to drop it. He wants to. Yeah, he wants to drop his Han Solo into your Rancor. Yep, that's the sound of what it's gonna sound like. That was bad timing, Steve. That was bad timing.
Yeah,
He's like,
I just dropped one into the group chat.
right now, he's in his head. I fucking hate you guys. I can see it on his
Probably
face.
is.
Orty?
No, you.
No, I dropped
me?
I dropped one of.
Steve's like, you rat bastards.
I dropped one of Gay Biker Dad's picks in the
Great.
chat. No, it's not. It's not a nasty one, but
Oh.
yeah, you can post it and show people what we have to deal with.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna do that. This is what we deal with. All right.
Yeah, I want to see the picture. I gotta know.
This is
Maybe.
This is what we deal with every. Like it's not. It's hilarious. Now, I will say this. I know the military hate guys who wear the grunt style shirts and all that stuff. I get it. All right. We're trying to connect. But it's guys who wear the camouflage pants and they're like 3 sizes too small. And it's like, dude, that just drives me.
I'm sorry.
Well, you can't mom gene the camo pants. It doesn't work. No. Just quit.
I'm sorry. If you're a
I'm
guy and
trying.
you're
Can you
wearing,
just give me one shot.
if you're a guy wearing jeans that are way too small or camo pants that are way too small, I got questions.
Yeah,
And their question you
Well,
probably
with
don't
him, it'd
want-
be fine. I'd understand, but anybody else, I'd have questions. I'm an alpha male. Really?
No, you're not, because
Are
you
you
have
a-
to tell everybody you are an
Are
alpha
you a
male.
bottom male? It's okay if you are. Just do your thing.
I put another one in there, Steve.
Yeah, I just saw it.
Impy, how many times have I told you? I am the pitcher and you are the catcher.
No, it's Biker Dad is pretty cool. He's a pretty cool guy. It's just he has a very sick sense of humor that you
That's why I
won't
like
be
him.
prepared for, and it's hilarious.
That's why I like him already, because I have a dark sense of humor, so it works for me.
Well, he's gonna like you for other reasons too.
I'm not gay except on Fridays, Biker Dad. Free beer's
Yeah.
free beer.
I keep my socks on.
And no eye contact, and our socks have to be on.
Remember, it's not gay as long as you're talking.
Why do I hear a motorcycle out front? Your Harley. What the?
There's a motorcycle and someone is singing show tunes.
Show me your hole. Show me your hole. Da, 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 da. Hey, I do like this where Man-O-Rama is now changed into where we only have 2 questions and then we get through them and then we just for the next hour, top of the bottom of the hour, top of the hour, I don't know, whatever baseball lingo you want to talk about is we just shit talk. It is what it is, kind of thing, guys. I'm just
Don't
gonna
say-
talk in a list.
Don't say bottom of the hour, because gay biker dad will get excited.
I know, right? I did tell him one time, and because I called him, I was like, "Hey, when do you want to come on the podcast next?" He's like, "Anytime." And I told him, I was like, "You know what? I blame you." He's like, "For what?" He got real serious. I was like, "Dude, you now have all the gay community coming in, flushing it." He's like, "I got him for you guys." And I was like, "No." So now, if anyone ever says we're a homophobic podcast, guess what?
No.
Okay, Vincent.
No,
I'm
we're
a-
not
Village
gay.
people.
We're not homophobic. We got Steve on the show.
Yeah.
Hey, Vincent, I'm officially stealing that last one. That's pretty good.
Oh, absolutely. Share and enjoy.
Hold on, John. John the Beagle Dad says, "Okay, folks, have a great night. You have a good night, sir.
Yeah.
Salute you, sir."
Tom's in the chat. How you doing, Tom? But it's I don't know. It's weird when we struggle with things. Like I think Rick mentioned it where we only notice it. Yeah, we're our worst critic. But it's funny when someone like if if someone notices my stuttering and they go, "Man, you stutter a lot," and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I throw them to a curve. Like I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And they're like, "What?"
Well,
It's like when
me.
someone says, "How you're bold," I was like, "What?"
Well, yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised tonight that when it came up things you struggle with, you never mentioned hair loss. I was expecting that one.
Now, all right, my name is Rick.
Yeah. No, it's not. That's my name. I don't know why you taking my name.
No,
I'm
it's
jealous.
so I would have said hair loss. I just saw Ordy's comment. That's why I paused for a second. Not because I was having one of my episodes, but it doesn't really bother me. Like it's the same thing with like when I had my because I pretty much shaved my head because I lost a bet, and it was a fair and square bet, really. But I already knew I was losing hair when I was 18. I was like, well, I'm losing hair. I'll just keep it going. Thank God, because my hair looks, it was bad. But for like a day, I was kind of like insecure a little bit. It wasn't a struggle. It was more of insecure. And then I just realized, man, being bald isn't that bad. The breeze, it's nice. But then it's like when it comes to the mustache, that's a whole nother. That's not a struggle. That's just like a major insecurity because the whole time you're thinking, do people think I look like a 1970s porn star? Like,
Well, yeah, when it was just the stash, yeah, but now you got the beard back, so you're good.
yeah, but no, I like doing the mustache thing because it's cool.
Yeah, but you were growing it 1970s porn stash style though too, so the same.
Yeah, and I'm still gonna grow it out. I'm just now want to do this, just long, just
You
have
need
it
a
twirl.
You need a Doc Holliday mustache.
That's what he's working on.
I know, right?
Except he's gonna.
Like,
There's this
Ev-
new thing where they like do the Doc Holliday style, but then they twist it and then they like make it like really large loops, and it's weird. But I think that's
those are insecure. Those are Subaru drivers. See, I don't get that. Like, why guys have to like go all out?
Those are
It's
Jeep
cool,
drivers.
but it's like, why do you have to spend so much time doing that? When I mean, I use a beard comb that heats it up. I straighten my beard because it just gets like out like this. I'll do that.
so. What you're saying is you have to use additives for straightness.
Yes. I know there's a gay joke in there, one-eyed Rick.
I mean, it was right there. It just went over your head, so you should be used to it. Though.
No, I knew it was right there because I could feel the breeze of it going past.
Like I said, it went over your head.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you. I just caught on to it. Oh man, we're such jackasses.
I resemble that, sir.
You what? You resemble it?
I resemble that remark.
I know. You look like a donkey.
No, I'm the green ogre.
Who brought the pussy in?
No, my cat
That's his
died
new buddy.
yesterday. This is my new
Oh.
buddy. John wanted to see him. I know.
Ah.
You're a good boy. He was
Kitty
a
cat's
stray.
Cat's like, I'm gonna knock you on the side of the head if you don't put.
Oh
me
no,
in.
he's been loving to me all day. But I'm gonna
Oh.
take him back now. I'll be right back. Oh, I know, Bubby. Come on.
I'm now just looking at.
Put me back in my crate.
Yeah. Welcome back to Dark Helm's bedroom. Soft lights.
Giggity giggity. Giggity goo. Stick.
There's
Oh,
a camera
yeah.
back there?
Okay, there we go. Sorry, John.
Why
Wanted to see
do
him.
you have a camera back there?
Dude.
Don't ask questions.
That's it.
I like the smile.
What happens in that room only goes out
Stays
in
in this room. What happens in this room stays on OnlyFans.
I knew you had one.
I've made threes of dollars.
Right? If I ever start an OnlyFans channel, I'm going to call it Dad Bods and Short Rods.
Oh,
At least you're admitting it and you're owning it.
hey, there was no eye contact. It's fine.
Even if there was, how would you know? You don't know which one I'm using.
Mm. Mm.
You know, if someone's new and they're like, "Well, what do you got? What does this have to do with struggling?" Nothing. Not a single thing of what we're talking about right now has. We're just hanging out. It's come to that. Which next week we are going to do another hangout episode where we just talk about anything. Watch Orty's. I'm going to come up with. Oh, I know what I'm going to do because he's probably listening in the background like some perv. But I'm, or he's waiting for his next client at Circle K. I don't know. Either one. We'll go for it. Is I'm going to have a giant book with all my comebacks. Whatever he says, I'm just going to randomly pick one. Whether it works or not, I don't care. And then I'm going to say, instead of show hole, I'm going to say show face.
Fun times.
There's probably a reason why he doesn't show his face. We've all seen Elephant Man.
I am not an animal.
Yay.
Do you sell spaghetti? I like spaghetti. Yay.
Have you guys watched the video of the two retards that cook?
No.
Dude, it's cool. I want to be on that. It's hilarious. They're the one of like coolest dudes ever. They're funny. But
I mean, wait, if you were on it, wouldn't it be 3 retards that could cook?
Oof.
you have two people who have Down syndrome and a guy who has Asperger's. Oh, I actually told like one of my friends. He's like, yeah, like we were talking about my stuttering and everything. He's like, you have Tourette's? He was actually like asking general questions, like really good ones. I was like, no. And I said like off the cuff, I was like, I might actually have Asperger's. I'm not sure. He's like, that makes total sense. And I was like, why? He's like, you talk like a retard.
Oh.
I don't tell him.
And I was like, yeah, you also walk like a gay man. He's like, hey.
Little
right. I don't tell most people.
New reality show, 3 retards in a cast iron pan.
Oh.
Jesus.
That's great.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it.
And the same song will be that ding, fries are done. Ding, fries
Ding, fries are done.
See, if we get in trouble, I'll just have Rick. Oh, this is funny. We can have Rick do an apology letter or disclaimer letter, but he'll have a patch on the wrong eye, on the working eye.
Well, no. Rick could just write an apology letter and say, sorry, I didn't see that coming.
I'll just make sure I write it in crayon.
And then we all walk in like, hey, man.
I got to give you that one. That was good. Thank you. That was a good one.
So now that we're all going to hell now.
I've actually used that joke on X before. Nobody got it because I literally said I did not see that coming, and then the only person that got it was JD because we've met in person, and he started dying. He's like, "Oh my god, that's terrible."
I would have sent you a video response from the hospital because I lost oxygen and passed out from laughing too hard. You're a bastard. It was great.
Oh.
Oh, man. Well, we're going to get into this one. Probably the kinkiest subject ever.
Dark holes and pulls.
This is literally... The title is probably the gayest title ever. Tip of the hat. Like...
Well, I mean, it's just the tip, so it's fine.
Yeah, it's just a tip.
No eye contact. We're good.
My socks are on.
That's right. We're good.
But here we're going to talk about who inspired us. And it used to be just men, celebrities. We actually did pull out of hat, so it did make sense. And then I was just like, nah. We just go around the table and just say who has inspired us to be better men. I'll be honest, I don't have one. I'll think of one unless you guys steal my answer. Like
How
last
can we
week.
your answer if you don't have one yet?
because I'm thinking still. All right. Vincent, who's your tip of the hat?
I'm like you. I don't really have one for today, but I'll
You
just
stole
go
my
ahead.
answer.
No,
Bunch-
I'll just go ahead and say, since it's my birthday, I'm going to say
Tip
me.
was in tonight. What the hell?
I'm just going to say tip of the hat goes to me because I'm so fucking awesome.
You did that last week. You can't do it again.
No, I didn't do it last week.
Bag.
I wouldn't
Did
know. I
you?
wasn't here, so.
No, I didn't. I've done it before when pressed for an answer and I didn't think of one.
I actually know who gave us the title of the reality show. He's a cool guy. He's also got a sick mind.
Bring him on.
I'm glad
Please.
I will. He probably just, yeah. He's a funny dude.
Dude, do restream. We can get like 10 motherfuckers in there and just talk all kinds of shit.
Oh.
You can do 10 on one of the paid ones. You can only do 6 on the free one.
I can
Well,
do
that's
9
okay.
on here.
We can do
And it's
well,
free, so
why are
Well,
we?
you can do 10 in a Motel 6.
that was good timing. I like that.
Giggity.
Dark Helmet, who's your tip of the hat this week?
This is, again, I'm going to sound corny like I always do every week because that's just me. We had, yesterday we had a men's, it was, they call it the garage at our church. They had a guy there named Danny Liston from Mama's Pride from the 70s into the 80s, musician. And I'll tell you what, listening to his story, he did his testimonial yesterday when at the garage. It's a men's church group. And I'll tell you what, that inspired me so much. All the things he went through in his younger life as a musician, and when he joined, became Christian, I just found it so inspiring. So that's the tip of my hat. That was just awesome. I left out of there feeling good, feeling inspired. I really did. I genuinely mean that.
Nice. Rick, what's your tip of the hat?
So I'm pretty sure I've done this one before, but it fits with the topic, and it actually is somebody that helped me figure out how to deal with people that were being cruel to me when I was younger. Mr. Rodney Dangerfield himself, the king of self-deprecation humor, and that kind of became my shtick once I figured out that people were gonna make fun of me no matter what. Because the eye wasn't as bad, but it was always there, and eventually people would figure it out. And I did have a minor limp as a kid before I had all kinds of physical therapy and stuff, and then life gave it back. Irony of ironies. So yeah, I was always, and once we started moving around and nobody knew who I was, I started getting picked on all the time. So I started learning because from 6th grade until 9th grade, I went to 5 different schools. So I just started learning to basically be the guy that cracked all the jokes because I beat everybody to the punch. So
He's a legend.
I have now one. I figured it out. See, I can think on my own.
Jury's still out until you make the announcement.
Yeah,
that's true. Is Walter Goggins. Like his life story of when his wife passed away, like he had a struggle in life during that, but he just kind of owned it and was like, you know what, I'm just gonna be funny. And like what you said, Rick, it's like just be the funny guy and just crack jokes. Like I do appreciate when guys go through those moments. Not saying we all should. It's just you learn something new from that guy. Like with Robin Williams, like he learned how to deal with his depression and just make everyone laugh. Doesn't mean I'm gonna make everyone laugh. Probably not. Because there's some that are deaf and blind. So if they saw me, they'd be like, "That's a funny looking. Oh, that's a tall dwarf." Make fun of yourself. There it is. If someone's picking on you, make fun of yourself, because then you open the door of like, "Hey, look, I made fun of myself. I'm gonna bust your balls."
Well, the one thing I will say about that, and it's something that I've learned to be careful with, because yes, it's a great defensive mechanism, but you also need to be careful how often you deploy it, because the problem is the things that you tell yourself go past all of your filters. So if you're repeatedly even saying it to other people, making fun of yourself, this, that, and the other, your brain eventually starts believing all that stuff, whether you want it to or not.
Yeah.
So it's great as a disarming thing and getting people to kind of laugh with you instead of you feeling like they're laughing at you. But be careful how often you use it.
Yeah.
Use it at the right moments.
Like, I'll make fun of me of like, yeah, I can't read and all this stuff, but in reality, I don't believe I'm completely stupid. I do stupid things, but I know deep down it's like, hey, I can come up with random things that are pretty cool. But you are right. Like, oh man, my cough. Hold on.
All the semen's drying your throat out.
But what I was saying is, do it like not like what Rick said. Don't do it all the time.
No.
To the point where you believe it. Just at least have fun with it. And like Gary the other day, like Gary was joking around, like you're an idiot and all this stuff, and there was like people just looking around. I instantly went into the mode of like, I'm gonna have fun with this and turn around. I was like, that's not funny, man. Then Gary's like, oh, you asshole. I was like, yeah. Because then like everyone looked at him like, wow, that was mean. I was like, he's like, come on, we ought to go. I was like, yes. We're gonna get ice cream.
Why are you always so mean to me in public? You told me we were getting ice cream. When do we go get ice cream?
Yeah, we were getting ice cream. We were gonna go buy me a new truck.
There's nothing wrong with funny self-deprecation. You just have time and place, and you have to time it at the proper time. I've done it. You know, it's like I've had people make fun of me. You know, perfect timing where you're just like, you can't pass it up. You're like, yeah, I got to do it.
That's what a lot of people don't get. Comedy is not about what you say or how you say it. Comedy is about timing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Comedy is 100% timing. That's it.
Oh yeah. Like when I give myself a concussion sometimes.
Quit doing the Ron.
So many things I want to say to that, but
quit trying to do the Ron Jeremy impression while you're at your desk, and it won't happen.
Okay, you beat me to it.
I actually have given myself 8 concussions. I have, and I always now I'm getting used to it. I'm like, hey, look, I'll just act mentally retarded every time I do it.
Wait. So your implication is that you're acting? I'm not sure I believe you.
Your placard doesn't count?
No, when I get the concussion, then my real self comes out. I'm like, oh my gosh, hooked on phonics is the best thing.
Dude, when is your birthday? Because I'm seriously going to send you a shirt that says Hooked on Phonics fucked me up.
Oh, I'll chip in on that.
Oh, man. See? I like it. I like doing this where we just make fun of each other, have fun, bust each other's balls. It makes the week go a little bit better.
This is what men do. This is what real men do. It is.
Oh,
I mean, he's not wrong though. I mean, because when chicks get together, it's all about just. Oh
my gosh! Did you see what he wore?
Yeah. It's either like backstabby catty stuff or a bunch of trying to be
catty, vindictive, evil,
and I'm just like,
women understand each other and they hate each other. Men, we'll get together, we'll bust each other's balls, and we'll get along afterwards for it.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's the weird thing. Like, because like when I was married, I had a bunch of guys from work over, and we're just sitting at the kitchen table, just busting each other's balls. And my wife, after everybody left, was like, "Do you guys not like each other?" I'm like, "No, this is how guys talk to each other."
No, this is how we show affection for each other. It is. It genuinely is.
I didn't get it because when women do that shit, they're not playing. They are catty as fuck with each other.
They hate each other. Yeah, it's genuinely mean.
So she was looking at it from her perspective, thinking, "Ooh, guy friends hate their guy friends as much as girlfriends hate their female friends."
I remember when I was dating in college, and I went back home.
You're dating an entire college?
Oh yeah, state of Arizona.
All 30 women.
No, I was dating this chick from the Midwest, and we decided, hey, we're gonna go see her family in Michigan. And I see all the women around the table just bickering. And this chick I was dating, she literally grabbed a cast iron pan and slammed it against the counter, broke it, And she's like, dude, you guys got to stop hating each other. I was like, I like this woman.
Did you marry her?
would.
No, I
You
didn't.
bastard.
Well, no, because I cracked a joke to her
You
dad.
didn't like her that much.
Yeah. I cracked a joke to her dad. And her dad did not like it. And I don't even know what I said. It was probably something really stupid. And everyone looked at me all like,
I mean, that last part was a given, bro.
yeah.
Okay, that entire conversation that we just had about how women talk to each other and shit, I just
Yeah.
sent you a meme.
Oh, crap. What is it?
Oh, God, there's a meme for that, too. There's a meme for everything.
Oh, yeah. But
That's it. That is it entirely.
fantastic. But I had fun. This was a fun episode. I have nothing else to say unless someone has a question on struggles and whatnot. Here's the other thing. Some guys will struggle with what it is to be a man around people. Like how society says you got to be this way and all that stuff. Like, no. But there's guys who play video games, who watch YouTube videos and or bitch and fight about who's the better Superman and all this stuff, and then repost Sydney Sweeney pictures all the time. It's like, bro.
So it sounds to me like you're choosing violence right at the end of this podcast, sir.
Well, no, what I
I'm not gonna lie,
No,
my
what I
nipples are hard
mean
right
is-
now.
it's there. Like there's guys, you could be any one of those guys, but deep down, they feel like this is what it is to be a man, or they're being told like this is what it is, so they go along with it. But in reality, it's just go outside, smell the flowers, like not literally, but just get some fresh air and actually go do something. Like it's okay to get your nails dirty. It is.
Go to the
Or
gun range.
I seriously
Yeah.
thought you were about to say it was okay to get your nails done.
No, so
No.
three
I mean,
things.
you could do it.
3 things you need to be a man. Get some sun, eat some steak, lift some steel.
No,
That's
of
it.
course, shoot some guns too. You got to include that.
Yeah.
Well,
Dude.
we have to take into consideration that some of our listeners may live in areas where it may be difficult
I
to
live
do
in the
that.
free state of Missouri. I can do
Correct.
pretty much whatever I want. So.
Yes.
Cordless hole punchers, because YouTube doesn't like the other word.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will say
wireless hole punchers.
I will say this. One of the funniest things one of the funniest conversations I've ever had was with a friend of my uncle's who was a Marine. My uncle was in the Navy. He had a friend who was a Marine. And they were giving each other shit because the Marine went and actually got a manicure. And my uncle was giving him shit. And he's like, dude, what's your fucking problem? He's like, Marines getting manicures? I thought my branch of service was supposed to be the gay one. He's like, dude, you can't have a manicure without man. So fuck off. I just died laughing.
I will say this. All right. I know I'm going to get a lot of shit for saying this, but here's the thing. I don't care. Before my wedding, I actually did get my nails done. They were looking nasty too. I was like, all right, I'll just get them done. Because I had a friend that actually did that. He's like, trust me. It's not the fact that, here's the thing. He actually had a good reason, and I totally see why some guys do this. It is very relaxing, by the way.
It is. I've had one done once.
It looks gay, all right? It does. What's funny is she's like, do you want to shine up your fingers? I was like, fuck yeah. Walking down like this. But no, this guy, he said, hey, go like fix your nails, whatever the crap and all that stuff is. And he goes, trust me on this one. You're going to feel very relaxed. I was like, all right, that's cool. So I did it. And I was like, holy crap, this is actually really relaxing. And I know some guys are going to give me shit. I don't care. Just don't go full blown like, I need to do everything. No. It's, yeah.
No,
you know what?
no.
I don't care. I said it. Whatever. I had my nails done once.
Well, I'll be honest. I don't do manicures because I don't like them, but I do pedicures about 3 times a year because I have troll feet, and
Those are fantastic. They
I don't
really
like to
are.
deal with them. So
I've heard I can't do it because then I'm going to kick the person in the face. But I've heard that is really relaxing. But here's the other thing: it actually is healthy for your nails.
It actually is. It's good for them, especially if you do construction. Like a lot of people that do construction,
Oh,
I
man, my
get a
fingers are
pedicure 4 times a year, and I'll tell you what, fantastic. They'll do my nails. They'll actually massage my feet a little bit, and I'm ticklish, but when I get a foot massage, It is fantastic, and they do my nails. I don't care what any man thinks. It is awesome.
See,
It's,
there you go.
it's okay to treat yourself every once in a
Now
while.
watch,
Man.
we end the show, and everyone's like, "You faggot." And I was like, "I fucking knew it."
But no,
But no, that's the other thing.
pedicure's
Like,
awesome.
some guys do that to relieve stress. It's like, hey, that's okay. Like,
Well, see,
Not
what
a
sold
big
me.
deal.
So I went with a friend of mine, and this was shortly after my divorce, and she took me to one of the places that she always goes to. This place served alcohol, and it had massage chairs. So I was there for like 2 hours just chilling the fuck out. While they were
You had
working.
you had a great time, didn't you?
that
Oh, it was
sounds
awesome.
well. I did. I went to get. I also did my beard trim, and this lady's like. And here's the other thing: I'd rather have a guy give me a beard trim just because women. I don't know. It's weird. I was like, I'd rather trust a guy in my beard.
Already, you bastard.
But this chick's like, I go to this really fancy. I think I paid way too much just to do a simple beard trim. But she's like, "Do you want a hot towel?" I was like, "What's that?" And she's like, "Well, it's a hot towel. You put a hot towel on your face." I was like, "Oh yeah, sure." I was out like a light.
Oh,
I
yeah.
wake up. She goes, "What kind of bourbon would you like?" And I was like, "What kind of place is this? Like, this is nice."
fantastic. This is awesome.
Yeah, I was there probably for an extra hour. Like, they're like, "Dude, you got to go." I was like, "I'm having way too much fun."
Yeah,
I was
there's a shop like that about 30 minutes from where I live. Basically, it's a barber shop slash bourbon bar slash cigar bar. So it actually has all of it. So you can actually just kind of sip on stuff while they're working, and then you can go into the cigar bar and have some more drinks. So
I would love to have a cigar in
Yeah.
one hand, a bourbon in the other, and getting a pedicure. Oh, that'd be fantastic.
I thought you were gonna say get a hand job.
Well, that works too. I'm
that
fine with
would
that.
work too.
Hey, I'm good at that. No, the first time I got my first pedicure on my feet, I sit
He's
down.
like, "Do you want the special?"
It was a female salon. She walks up and goes, "You want a beer?" I'm like, "Yes, please." She brought me a beer, and oh, it was fantastic. I had a couple beers, and they're doing my nails and they're massaging my feet. I was like, yes. My wife looked at me at the time, and she's like, "Do not enjoy this." I was like, "It's not going to happen. Don't care." It was fantastic. It was awesome. I don't care. I don't have no shame in that. It was awesome. Well, I wear boots a lot, so into fire service especially, because boots wear on your toenails. They do.
Have you guys also noticed when how easy it like men are simple,
We are.
like with anything, like with Dark Helmet picking something out of his teeth,
I was simple with that, and it felt good. I'm okay with it.
But how something simple for women, it costs a lot of money.
$500.
Yeah. That was a very dead on, like precise, like okay.
That was a rather specific answer, my friend.
Yeah. But with guys, we could just look at the sky and be like, "Hey, that looks like a bunny." And we're all looking, trying to figure out, like, does it look like a bunny? Like, we'll do that. We're all
It
set.
looks like a bunny with a huge cock.
We'll sit there for 3 hours with bourbon in our hand. Yeah, you're right. That bunny has a 12-inch cock. Oh, look at that bunny. It's working towards a cooter.
Yeah, and after 3 jiggers, Steve looks up at the sky and starts yelling, "Show hole."
Ah!
Oh man.
Oh,
He starts singing the theme to Oklahoma.
isn't it great? Oh, this is great when other men hang out with other men. Women don't get this. They don't understand it.
No.
You're all pigs. No, we're not. We're just men being men.
We're just pigs being men.
And bring us a sandwich.
She'd be like, "I'll bring you tuna sandwich." Like, no.
Not that tuna sandwich. We're good.
But I want to thank everyone who is on here. I can't look at Dark Helmet with a straight face.
So, can you look at it with a gay face?
Oof.
I feel like that joke's been overdone so many times.
No,
Like the
no,
more
no,
you
it
hear
hasn't.
that joke, the less it's funny. I get it. It's funny. But
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. There you go. A new one.
how much do you think Ori right now feels like a jackass for not being on? You know what? The next week we're just gonna behave ourselves like good Christian boys, and
We'll
throw
just read
him off.
Bible scripture the whole time.
I only have one question. What's a haven?
What?
How do you be one?
Huh?
What's a haven? How do you be one?
What's a haven? How do you be one?
No, what's a
Behave.
haven? And how
Behave.
do you be one?
I'm so confused right now.
You said behave. What's a have?
Oh,
And how do
You
you
really
be
want
one?
to screw with him if he's on next week to sit there and go, okay, let's open to this Bible first and just mess with him the entire time.
we're gonna read Revelations.
We're going to read Matthew, Luke, and Mark. He'll be like, I'm on the wrong day. It's like, no, you're not. Should have been here
Like,
last week.
We're gonna read Leviticus and tell everybody the dangers of jacking off.
Oh man.
Oh,
But I
man.
want to thank everyone. Ordy, no, damn it, Ordy wasn't on here. Jesus, man.
He's in the chat though. You can still thank him.
All right, I thank Ordy for being in the
Wanker.
chat, even though he's not here. It's cool, and thanks for the support. Rick, Dark Helmet, Vincent, you guys were fun. I like this. I never know what each episode's gonna be, but I know we're all gonna laugh.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely.
And my new
My
shirt,
rib hurt even more. No, ma'am.
National Organization of Men Against Amazonian Masterhood. I love Al Bundy. What can I say?
I'm
But
starting to think Steve is not a Married with Children fan because he seemed confused.
I am married. What?
That squeal. I love it.
So next week we're gonna do a hangout episode, and because I like those are fun, and we'll give a chance for Ordy to come back and give his little jokes, and we'll pat him on the back and be like, "Good kid." You could always check us out on Rumble, YouTube, X, or even Spotify. I'm still uploading the episodes onto Spotify. It's taking a lot longer than I thought. I was like, yeah, I can do this in 2 days. No. Good luck there, kiddo. But yeah, we're gonna be doing a hangout next week, and it'll be a lot of fun. Who knows? We might get some new guests to come on. Who knows? Yeah, that's all I got. We will see you guys next week at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Maybe I might have a headphone. I don't know. We'll find out.
So I am sad about one thing. When your headphones
What?
weren't working right, you never once said "Talk to me, Goose." You're wearing a Top Gun shirt. You never once said "Talk to me, Goose." I'm sad.
Douche. Disgusting. You should be
Anyway.
removed.
You need a timeout on these insults right now.
I'm surprised. It wasn't
Anyways,
me.
I'll see you guys later. Talk to me, Goose. You happy now? Huh? You happy now?
A little.
Nah, he's only happy when I say Hail Hydra.
Yeah.
Hail
No
Hydra.
killing of the Hydra. We've had this discussion.
I'm going to give the Al Borland salute.